Hello, everybody. Can everyone hear me okay? This is weird. I'm used to having a guest on here lately, so first time doing a solo live stream in a while. But Chevy Sargent says loud and clear. Right on. I'm getting lots of people joining already. Drop a comment in the chat there and let me know where you're from and what you're working on. Oh, and also, where's my mouse here? I'm rusty on this stuff. If you're on Facebook, you've got to go to facebook.com/StreamYard and give StreamYard permission for me to see what your name is if you want to comment. But not a big deal. Yeah, let me know where you're from and what you're working on. And we will, in a couple minutes here, we'll give away this camera's all backwards here. Give away this HP Tuners MPVI2. C. Jenkins is from Dallas, Texas, and has an 01 Sonoma. I like those little S10 trucks. I think that'd be a good. Everybody's lots of people. Holy cow! We've got 35 people on here. Everybody wants to win the HP Tuners. Let me scroll back up here for a sec. We got Chris in Utah, 62 Biscayne. That'd be a fun project. Got Genocide in Fort Worth, Texas. Manuel in Detroit, 6.2 Escalade. Sounds like fun. Yeah, 01 Sonoma. I like those little S10 trucks. I wouldn't mind doing one in the future. 87 C10. Gotta love the old square bodies. Man, 37 people in the chat. I think that's a record. Turbo LR4. 4-point great. Brighton, Tennessee, Tahoe. Calgary, another fellow Albertan just down the road from me. I'm up in Sylvan Lake. 66 Skylark LM7. Nice. Southern Indiana, another S10 Blazer guy. Turbo 5.3 LS. That thing should move out pretty good. Genocide. Silverado single cab short bed twin turbo. Sounds a lot like my truck, except I've got a single turbo. Columbus, Ohio. Chevy Sargent has two swaps, 78 K10 5.3 and an 80s Z28 with a 6.0. And Rusty Wrenches, I already know what he has. He's got a beautiful truck. Old 72 C10, that's mint. He's got a YouTube channel as well, so go check that out. Joseph Moore, another regular in the chat, working on LQ4 turbo build. Lynn Twin Customs, just saying hi. George Gill told me about the page and YouTube channel. He has a 99 Mustang GT with a Howard Rattler cam that needs tuned. That's not a very common cam, not that I've heard of anyways. Mike Knapp, MK Motorsports, has the 04 Silverado. We're still trying to coordinate getting him on the channel for a chat here at some point in the distant future, or not too distant future. Got a few guys lined up. It's been super busy with work, so haven't had much time to do the interviews and live streams, but David has a 69 C10 and he needs it. The HP Tuners, I'm assuming he's talking about. 58 Cadillac from Mississippi. Facebook user is from Milwaukee and has a 71 Nova with 6.0. David has an 84 C10. I love the old square bodies. Square bodies and OBSs, I think, are the two most, I don't know if most common, but probably the easiest to LS swaps you can do. David's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Another Facebook user with another Cadillac DeVille in Los Angeles. Another Facebook user with a 97 C1500 starting an LS swap. I think that's going to be my next. I'm looking for a nice clean OBS truck to do an LS swap, but they're so hard to find these days. And the used truck market up in Canada here is just ridiculous. Like, I've been looking around, and anything under $10,000 has like 300,000 or 400,000 kilometers or miles, and it's full of rust holes. So it's a little depressing, but still looking for a clean rust-free OBS truck. Tim has a 68 C10 twin turbo in Michigan. Small engine guy has an 81 Cutlass with an LS1 going in. Eric has a 66 Plymouth Fury Turbo from Iowa. Kansas Bond Boat has a 70 Chevelle. Johnny B is tuning in from Ontario, another Canadian, with an old school 63 C10, swapping in a cammed LQ4. That should be a fun truck. Mike says lots of Okies in here. Yeah. I've noticed if I look at my statistics on YouTube and Facebook, most of my viewers and Facebook group members are from like the southern US, like Oklahoma and Texas. Victor Miguel is in Topeka, Kansas. Cincinnati, Ohio. To show your username, you've got to go to facebook.com/StreamYard, and there's a button that will let you give StreamYard permission for me to see your name in the comments. Another old school C10, 86 Samurai 5.3 swap. That sounds fun. I imagine that's a tight fit. Charles Wickham checking in. David with the 69 LQ9 with a truck Norris cam and needs a tuner. Southern Indiana 63 Bel Air. Joseph Moore says, keep all that snow up here. Yeah, the weather is ridiculously cold right now. Like, if you saw my Instagram reel there or YouTube short there, it was minus 17 degrees Celsius this morning and about a foot of snow on the job site I was working on today. So pretty miserable. Yukon, Oklahoma is where Mike is from. Another Chevy Silverado. 89 C1500 with L33 and the truck Norris cam. A lot of guys seem to be stuck on the tuning thing. That always seems to be what intimidates people the most, is the tuning and wiring and electronic side of it. 1 to 10, how hard is it to get an LQ4 into a 53 Chevy Carryall Suburban? I don't know, but probably not that hard. But I don't have any direct experience with that. But 6, 7, I don't know. I'm just guessing. 86 5.3 Camaro Sport Coupe. The 5.3. And this guy has an 87 Buick Regal Limited with a 5.3 Summit Turbo and 2-speed Power Glide. Cool. We got 48 people in the chat, so yeah, I think that's a record. Look, let me go over to the contest here, and we'll get on with drawing for this MPVI HP tuners. So I also need to apologize. A couple guys. Oh, there's more comments rolling in. A couple guys mentioned in the contest that there was an issue with you know, how you could do all the 10 entries and get 10 bonus entries. Some guys said that didn't work, so I'm not going to do that next time. It was a learning experience, that there was some difficulties with that. And other guys on YouTube had said, you know, it's not really fair to people who aren't on social media much and don't have like Facebook and Instagram accounts. So I apologize for that. So how this is going to work, let me just scroll through a few more comments here. Jacob finished his wife's 6-liter C10. David wants to go for a beer in Tulsa. Charles is in south of Denver and snowing here right now. Yeah, it stopped snowing today here, but it's still like minus 11 Celsius and lots of snow on the ground. Whiskey's got a 70 RS Camaro LQ9. Mike is waiting for hail and tornadoes. I think I'd rather have snow, to be honest. Let me figure out. I gotta share my screen here. Really not that prepared for this. Rusty Wrenches says, Casey, severe storms and 2 inches of rain coming tomorrow. That doesn't sound that great. Richard's got a 88 S10 5.3 with a T56. Manuel says, let me get some of that snow here in Detroit. Okay, let me pull up. I'm just going to go to a different tab here and pull up the Gleam contest page. Move that to a new window so I can actually see what's going on here. Okay. MRC Garage says building an OBS with 5.3 7875 turbo Chuck Norris cam, TBS intake, hoping for 550 600 wheel. No problem. There's 1,000 people that have done it. Okay, I'll go back to trying to share my screen here. Okay, oh, have it up there for a second. Okay, so we are going to go ahead. 50 people in the chat. That's pretty cool. And can you guys all see my screen there? Just going to review these invalid actions. That's weird. We're going to make all these valid. I probably shouldn't be showing everybody's email addresses and stuff on here, but oh well. We're doing her on the fly. Okay, everybody can see my screen. For some reason, this Gleam, which I'm doing the contest for, I think some of these entries are invalid, but we've made them all valid here. Logan says, thanks for sharing videos on tuning. You're welcome. That's I appreciate your guys' support, and that is why I wanted to do this giveaway, is just to say thank you for you guys. Yeah, I sure appreciate 10,000 of you guys subscribing on YouTube and almost 50,000 of you guys in the Facebook group, which kind of blows my mind. But this almost gets a little unmanageable with that many people in the group. But let's go over to winners. And I'll click this button to draw the winners in a second here. But so the way this is going to work, I'm going to pick a name, and you'll have 48 hours to get back to me with your address. I'll try whatever way I can of getting a hold of you, like through email or Facebook and Instagram. and if you don't get back to me in 48 hours, we'll cancel that entry and draw another one. So let's do this. I'm going to click this draw winners. We've got 3,138 entries. So let's click this and drum roll. Hit draw. Here's our drum roll. What's happening now? Winner is Christopher Patrick from Clarksville, Ohio. So I don't know if you're in the chat or not, but I've got your email here. I will get a hold of you, and you've got 48 hours to get in touch with me. So let me stop sharing my screen here. There we go. All right, yeah, congrats, Christopher. I will get in touch with you shortly here. So, what else? What stage are you guys at on your project? Like, what's the next thing you need to do on your LS swap? Or oh, James Holbrook says he's too late, but he's got an original MPVI. I've got one of those too. I kind of almost wanted to keep this one for myself. I figured it'd make for a good giveaway. So. Yeah, let us know. Well, I'll get in touch with you, Christopher, but let us know what you're working on and how you're going to use that HP tuners. Traction Addict says, any new ways to get the serial for wideband to work on the MPVI2 Plus? I don't have any experience with that. I haven't had this one out of the box yet because I was going to give it away. So I haven't. I'm still using the old school MPVI. LSA and a TKX are on Rusty Wrench's list. That'll be a fun truck. I want to do an LSA project at some point in the future here. Genocide is bodywork and paint. That's always, that's the one thing that my dad was an auto body man, but he never passed that gene down to me. So that's one of the things I farm out. I like doing the wiring and tuning and electrical stuff. Chris Campbell. Oh, you're not the Chris that just won the HP tuners. Putting the motor together on his Junkyard 5.3. Joseph Moore, fuel pump and map sensor plus exhaust. Mike is doing the Holly install. Yeah, I want to chat with you about that. That's curious how that's going and what your reasons were from going away from the stock computer. And I guess if you're just finishing up the Holly install, you won't know how you like it so far, but definitely something I'd like to chat with you about. Chad Jones, his L33 is arriving Monday. He's got motor mounts, trans, T-case, a lot of work to go. And the site and followers have helped a lot in the plan, though. Right on. Glad to hear that. Yeah, it's tough with the Facebook group with like 50,000 members. There's a lot of guys that, in any group that big, you're going to have a lot of beginners that are looking for information, and also a lot of guys that think they're experts but really don't have a whole bunch of hands-on experience and are just regurgitating information. And there's only like 10% of the guys that actually have, you know, a wide range of experience and actually doing LS swaps. And so, but glad you're getting some value out of that. Joseph Moore says, I think you've got to download the pro version of MPVI to get it to work. Eric finished his build but needs to fine-tune his tune. Seems to be a common theme. Lots of guys, you know, throw the Truck Norris cam in and It's the tuning or finding someone who's capable of tuning um, is always a challenge. Mike says add it to the list, and the first test drive today was a success, so that's good to hear. I hear the Hollies are pretty good that way for being able to just fire them up and work. Whiskey's building the cold side and hot side. Replacing a complete body harness is a pain in the ass, I bet. Holly Terminator with Holly Dash. Dakota is pulling his Silverado out of a fence row, rewiring the dash harness for mouse damage. That sounds pleasant. That's the thing with these older vehicles, eh? The wiring is always like my 07 Silverado, like great truck, engine runs perfect, transmission runs perfect, but like the power windows work if the door is closed, and then you open the door and the power windows and power locks don't work. Mike says tuning the Holly is such a learning curve. Yeah, it's got to be simpler than HP tuners though. Maybe that's one of the reasons you made the switch. But yeah, anytime you're learning a new platform of tuning, it's always a challenge. Whiskey says my videos helped fine tune his ProCharge LT1 with 411 PCM. Who's better, Holly Terminator or HP tuners? That's depends on what you're doing, and there's going to be varying opinions on it. Like a lot of guys say, if you're buying the HP tuners MPVI and a harness, you're basically spending what you would on a Holly Terminator. But I think my opinion on that is if you're naturally aspirated and not running a turbo or nitrous or any kind of power adder, and you're using your truck as a daily driver, like up here in Canada, I need the truck to start when it's minus 30, and I need it to run well if I go up to the top of a mountain at 6,000 feet altitude or whatever. I think in those instances, I prefer the HP tuners. But if you're in an environment where, if you live in California where the weather's always nice and you're not going up and down in elevation, the Holly Terminator probably works fine. And I think if you're starting to go turbo or any kind of power adder or for like racing, I think the Terminator has more safeties and is easier to tune and has some advantages there. So basically racing or turbo or not a daily driver, I'd go Holly Terminator. But for a daily driver or close to stock, I still like HP tuners and the stock computer. LSX Chevy Rider 254, congrats on 10K. Thank you, sir. Even though I haven't been the most consistent at content creation, I appreciate your guys' support. And I'm going to get back. It's just been super busy with work, and I've had lots of truck trouble and stuff. It's been a giant pain in the ass for the last month, but I'm going to get back to doing interviews and putting out videos on a regular basis. Tasha McCutcheon, yeah, 20 plus people currently watching. We did have 50 in here at one point. That was a record for me, but yeah, definitely hit that like button. And thanks for the congrats from Oklahoma. Another Oklahoma person. Yeah, you guys will have to get together down there. Have I ever used Holly Terminator injectors with the stock LS ECU? No, I haven't. The challenge would be getting the right injector data to enter into HP tuners. Harold says, congrats. Small Engine Guy says, love the podcast, do more. Well, I'm working on it. I've still got a bunch to edit from previous live streams we've done. But yeah, I want to get back into doing the podcast regularly. A lot of guys have said they like it. And yeah, it's nice to get another person in here and chat about LS engines and that kind of thing. I really liked having like Bill Hillock from BP Automotive to talk about harnesses and Dale Schwartz to talk about like the crate engines and stuff. Another Oklahoma person. Can't wait to see your Bill doing some pulls. Have I figured out what I'm going to do with that motor? Yes, it is. I'm going to clean it up and do cam swap and all the usual like oil pickup tube and all the usual fixes for an engine that you pull out of the junkyard, and then put it into my square body Suburban. So that'll be a winter project. And also looking to get my other turbo truck. I'd like to do a drag and drive event next year, do the Miles of Mayhem up here in Canada. And I also want to hit LS Fest West in Vegas in the spring. Not sure if I'm actually going to take my truck down there, or just my son and I might just fly down and spectate. But it'd be fun to take the truck down. If everything goes well, we could tow the truck down with the Suburban and have both my projects down there. Harold says, what do I need injector data wise to use 8.1 injectors in my 6.0? It should just be a matter, if you've got the computer for the 8.1, of just cutting and pasting the injector data table from one to the other. But if you don't have the computer, you'd have to do a bit of searching on the internet to find the right data. Chris Campbell says, you're running the Summit 8701. Yes, I am, and I like that cam. And it wasn't too hard at all to tune. There's still a bit of a tuning issue on a cold start, like up here in Canada. If I try start it in the super cold, there's something with the base idle airflow. I can't put the number up high enough when it's really cold. But other than that, it wasn't hard to tune, and great cam for a heavier vehicle. I would use it again. And Ranchi says his winter project is a 6.0 in a 1970 Datsun 240Z with a TR6060. Well, sounds interesting. I'm not sure what the TR6060 is. I'm assuming some kind of manual transmission, maybe. I don't know, to be honest. But anyways, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks again for all you guys' support, for subscribing and joining the Facebook group. I appreciate it. And cheers, you guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now. Oh, Joseph says, have I tried tuning the cranking VE table? No, I haven't, but I will look into that. So, thanks, guys. Cheers. We'll talk to you on the next one.